Hello, how are you? Today we discuss about an interesting topic about the pandas, and then we discuss about the PySpark and Spark, and discuss about the Scala. All these topics which we covered in a single picture that give a relationship, how it is integrated, how it is we can discuss about that in a kind of in a brief level for an understanding. We know that Python is a kind of a is an open source tool, especially for the data analysis and manipulation of data, and it's a open source for Python. With Python pandas, we have a data frame which is nothing but rows and column that represented where the data we can create using any flat files, especially those who are been with data analytics, data scientist. He can make use of any Excel file or a flat file, and he can create, he can do a data manipulation with a rich of library pandas. And how we can do that is a very simple, uh, a kind of a command. If you can see right, this is a simple command df equal to pd dot read csv and the file name that we have given in between. And it's a similar kind of a thing. The CSV file, it considers a rows and column. It has three columns and four rows which start from the index normally start with 0 to 3 here. And if you want to locate a particular thing, this is a data from dot location of a, 0. So that tell you about where it is located. And data frame is nothing but uh, more than one series constitute to form a data set here. There are a few things that we need to know. Important libraries, the 19 essential libraries are the read CSV, and there are data cleansing on the drop and a, and the indexes, set index and reset indexes. And we can do a filter or query or rename or sort your values or aggregating group by concatenation merging. Those are all the typical one that what we used to do in our normal SQL operations. And similar to that, these functions will help us to do the data manipulations, cleansing on all these functionality here. And if we can see a particular Titanic data set, what we are doing is we are just growing the particular town, and we are filtering the age, sex, and the survival, and we are sorting by ascending. And this is a critical thing. What if you are handling a huge volume of data, then pandas cannot accommodate it. And for that, if you are dealing with a huge amount of data, then the data need to be distributed to handle your computations much faster and get the result immediately. For that, it has a kind of a limitations on the utilization. If it is less than 10 GB, we can use of these pandas. Sorry, and if it is 1 GB to 100 GB, then we can use Dask. Or if it is more than 100 GB till petabyte or whatever the thing, then we can go ahead with PySpark. And the PySpark is nothing but a Python API that used to handle your data frame and your functionality. And how it is different from PySpark and Pandas is that the PySpark is a distributed computing power. You can do a real time, mainly involved with a large data set. And how it is work the way is you can either work with single or a cluster. So the huge volume of data which is split into multiple cluster and do your aggregations and then club and then produces an output actually. And this is a syntax. We need to go with the import pandas and has a PD, and PD is nothing but the library. So PySpark is nothing but Python plus Spark that gives the PySpark actually. And then we can go ahead with, we know that pandas and PySpark is a only thing is It's an API for Python Pandas, and we can do the data management similar to that. The difference is that Pandas with the memory, how much of memory it occupies, that volume, how you are distributing data. Then PySpark, your handy solution for us, and we can do with the Azure data bricks. From there, we can use PySpark as Scala or Python, sorry, Scala or SQL or the Spark. You can do that. And how we can do this PySpark is you need to create the contacts from the contacts, and then you need to create a session. And then once you made your session, then your data is distributed across a cluster. And after then, whatever the commands, it is pretty good, easy, straightforward. You need to do a similar kind of with the Python what you do. Only the difference is in between the scene you need to mention the spark. This is the only differences, and there might be a little bit difference. You can make use of cache sheet and you can do your operations. And what if you can go and use with Scala? Then it starts from the Java. The Scala is an extension of your Java. Whatever the thing that we are using, Scala is much faster than Spark. And Spark is also very good enough to go and it works on RRD reselling distributed data. It is doing much faster with huge data in a big data platform. We are using the PySpark, and how we can work with this PySpark as Scala. We can install the Anaconda with a Jupyter notebook. We can able to work it. So there are two kind of a spare set. One with go with Python, Pandas, Spark, PySpark, and Spark. The other flavor is we can go with a similar set of thing, Java, Scala, Spark. So these are two kind of different thing that the way that we can access Spark and make use of the better utilization of handling the huge volume for data manipulations, especially for those who is working in the data side, scientist or a data analysis. They make use of this, and this is an open source library. Open source, it is pretty good enough to work with that, and that's all about it. Thank you so much. Thank you.